Ever notice? You can scroll for hours until a deadline appears, and suddenly you're laser focused. Why does your brain work best only when the clock is ticking? This isn't laziness. It's a predictable brain pattern studied in psychology, behavioral economics, and neuroscience. When there's no urgency, your brain runs on its default mode. The prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for planning, decision-making, and sustained attention, stays relatively relaxed. Meanwhile, the limbic system, the emotional reward-seeking part of the brain, takes the driver's seat. Without a deadline, tasks feel low reward and high effort. So your brain naturally shifts toward easier, instantly rewarding activities. Scrolling, chatting, food, anything that gives quick dopamine. Psychologists have a model for this: temporal motivation theory. It shows that your motivation is a mix of the value of the task, your expectation of success, your ability to delay rewards, and most importantly, how close the deadline is. As the deadline gets closer, the value of finishing rises sharply. Your brain suddenly treats the task as urgent and meaningful. That urgency becomes a chemical signal. When time is running out, your brain releases norepinephrine, an alertness chemical. It heightens focus, suppresses distractions, and pushes the prefrontal cortex into high gear. Your sympathetic nervous system also activates: faster breathing, increased heart rate, sharper attention. In this state, the prefrontal cortex finally overpowers the limbic system. Suddenly, tasks that felt impossible become crystal clear. This is why many people enter a hyperfocus zone right before the deadline. Interestingly, this is similar to what happens in ADHD. Without external urgency, the brain struggles with self-generated motivation and dopamine regulation. But with a deadline, stimulation increases, making focus easier. Even people without ADHD experience a milder version of this effect. Last-minute work triggers a controlled stress response. That mix of norepinephrine, dopamine, and adrenaline creates a sense of clarity, energy, and even satisfaction. The brain loves the reward hit of beating the timer, which is why many people repeat the cycle. So if you only focus when time is running out, it's not a flaw, it's your brain switching from cost mode to survival mode. Deadlines create urgency. Urgency creates chemicals, and those chemicals create focus. That pressure isn't magic, it's neuroscience.